Yesterday, one news was published in the Mint, and according to that news, India's credit deposit ratio have reached to 81.75%. And RBI have shown the concern in this regard. Why? In last year, May-June, this credit deposit ratio was 78.9%, but now it is reached to 81.75%. And RBI is concerned for this. Now, let's understand what is it and why the rising credit deposit ratio is a concern for the RBI. Suppose bank have accepted a deposit of 100 rupees. Okay. So if bank has accepted the deposit of 100 rupees and out of that 100 rupees, bank have lent the money worth 75 rupees to the borrower. So in this way, you have accepted 100 rupees and you have lent 75 rupees. Now, considering total deposit of the bank is 100 and the total credit by the bank is 75. So in this way, the credit deposit ratio will be 75%. How we have calculated? Total credit divided by total deposit multiplied by 100. We are going to get the credit deposit ratio. Now let's understand why it is a cause of concern. As in this given example, as I said that the bank have received a deposit of 100 rupees and credited means bank have given a loan of 75 rupees. Banks in India have to maintain CRR and SLR. So after giving a loan of 75 rupees, bank have left with 25 rupees. Now consider bank have to maintain cash reserve ratio of 3% and 16% of SLR. In that way, bank have to maintain statutory liquidity reserve of total 19. Out of that, 3 rupees in the cash and remaining 16 rupees in the form of basically government securities. So now you have set aside 19 rupees in the form of statutory reserve of CRR and SLR. Out of 25 which was left with you, 19 have already gone in the statutory reserve. Now bank is left with the remaining 6 rupees. 75 given as a loan, 19 rupees set as a statutory reserve. Now bank is left with the 6 rupees. Now imagine a situation if customers like festival rush, people want to withdraw the money and people went to the bank, but because bank do not have a money because they have only 6 rupees out of their 100 rupees. So if more number of the depositor will go to the bank in order to withdraw the money, bank will not able to pay the money. And it may trigger a suspicion in the mind of a depositor that maybe something wrong is happening in the bank and they will get panicked. And if it will go to the media, more and more people will run towards the bank in order to save their money by withdrawing that money. And in this way, bank may cripple and bank will not able to pay any money. Why? Because 75 is already given to the customers in the form of loan and 19 rupees is held in the form of statutory reserve. So in such situation, bank will not able to withdraw any cash. And this situation in the economy is called as bank run situation. But in order to avoid this situation, bank, when the customer will come for the withdrawal, bank will go for interbanking borrowing and they will borrow the money from other banks in order to pay the customer if they are short of the liquidity. Why short of the liquidity? As I said that 75 rupees given the form of loan, 19 rupees is set aside in the form of statutory liquidity reserve. So this small amount of 6 rupees with the bank is going to create a liquidity crunch situation. And in this liquidity crunch situation, bank is going to enter banking borrowing. Now, market works on the principle of demand and supply. Banks are facing this crunch, money is less and they want to borrow. So borrowing will increase and of course interest rates, interbanking borrowing is also going to increase. So now in order to give the withdrawal, bank is borrowing from other bank through interbanking borrowing at higher interest rate, or bank have to increase the interest rate on deposit so that more customer will deposit the money and bank can go for smooth withdrawal of the public which have deposited the money. In both cases, whether it is an interbanking borrowing or a deposit accepted by the bank at a higher interest rate, in both cases, the net interest rate margin income of the bank is going to decrease. So this is why high credit deposit ratio is always a problem for a banking system. It can create a liquidity crunch. And another important fact which you must have to understand. Now let's focus on this high credit deposit ratio of 81.75% as reported by the Mint. If we will see this 81.75 credit deposit ratio, it means that the bank have lent 81.75 rupees of every 100 rupees. Now, if we'll see where bank have lent, so bank usually lend to various sector like agriculture sector, education loan, car loan, various loan. Fine. So when Mint have further investigated, the Mint report find that out of this, the larger loan have went for personal loan. According to the Mint, the personal loan growth is 14.4% and the industrial loan growth is 13%. Now, high personal loan 14.4% and relatively low industrial loan 13%. Now, why it is significant? Usually, industrial loans are collateralized loan, where the industries are going to provide certain collateral against that loan. Whereas personal loans are not having any collateral, means they are usually a subprime borrowing. Subprime borrowing means when you are going to borrow the money, but against that borrowing, you are not going to provide any collateral. Means if borrower is going to fail to pay the money, bank cannot recover their money by taking their assets because they have not given any collateral. So this is why it is very dangerous, because first of all, you have very high credit deposit ratio, and out of that, the majority of the lending is going for the personal loan. So in this case, it is going to be a problematic situation for the Indian economy. In this context, we are hoping Reserve Bank of India is definitely going to take certain corrective steps. What possible corrective steps can be taken by the Reserve Bank of India? Number one, RBI will infuse more liquidity for the banks so that in this way, the credit deposit ratio have created the liquidity crunch can be solved. Second thing, RBI may send the instructions to the bank to be more cautious about lending to industries and specifically for the personal loan. So in this way, certain corrective actions can be taken by the Reserve Bank of India in order to resolve this issue. I hope you have understood what is credit deposit ratio, how it impacts the economy, and we are consistently trying to provide you more and more economy related news through our CSB platform. So stay connected with us in order to get more information on such topics. Thank you.